worries. We've got folks here who can mute you if you need to be. All right. I think we are all ready. Well, I'd like to welcome you to a very different kind of gathering for the North Carolina Dance Festival. We're thrilled that you can be here tonight. And while we wish that we could share actual space with all of you, we're glad that this format allows folks who are farther away to join us as well. I'd like to introduce and thank my colleagues and superstars at Dance Project. We could not have asked for a better team to go through a pandemic with. Lauren Joyner, my co-executive director, Kayla Stuer, communications and development assistant, Vania Claiborne and Dylan Reddish, school coordinators, and Faye Poindexter, our bookkeeper. I'd like to thank our board members as well, Alex Smith, Elizabeth Meinhardt, Kelly Swindell, George Gibson, Carly Swaim Walker, Allie Arpagian, and Michelle Smith. I'd like to welcome our seasoned artists as well. Thank you for all of your innovative and breathtaking work. It's why we're here tonight. So thank you for being here, and thank you for making such great work in a very difficult time. So we're here tonight to celebrate the 30th season of the North Carolina Dance Festival, and it feels particularly joyful to have something to celebrate at a time that's so challenging for so many right now. We kicked off our season last month with a special collaboration with Greensboro Downtown Parks for their National Dance Day. Muralist Darlene McClinton and choreographer Alexandra Joy Warren designed an interactive mural for LeBauer Park in downtown Greensboro, which is intended to inspire parkgoers of all ages to move through the mural. And if you're in Greensboro and you haven't checked that out yet, I highly encourage you to do so. Bring your kids or dance through it yourself. We also asked several other choreographers to make a movement response to the mural, and you'll get to see those responses during the screening tonight. Tonight, we're also celebrating, of course, the work of 20 North Carolina choreographers who created micro dances, which are 30 to 60-second dance films, using images from the festival's 3 decades as a starting place. But the season doesn't end after tonight. We will continue our activities throughout the year, such as the podcast we've started, community conversations, workshops, and more. We'll wrap up our celebration next fall with the live performances that we had planned for this year in some form, whatever form is possible at that point. None of these things would have been possible without the support of our season sponsors, such as the National Endowment for the Arts, the North Carolina Arts Council, Lincoln Financial Foundation, Ecolab Foundation, and Stearns Financial Group. In addition, our Leadership Circle donors and other supporters make all the difference in making sure we can continue to bring artists together, support the creation of professional dance work by North Carolina choreographers, and make North Carolina a place that is known for its rich dance community. So thank you all for your support. You know, as I've been planning this season and interviewing choreographers, many of whom are here tonight for our new podcast, the common refrain that I've been hearing is that this season has been a much needed way.
Okay, thank you.
Has been a much needed way for artists to connect with each other at a time that otherwise is so isolating. So we're here with each other tonight and throughout the season to remind ourselves and each other that art matters, dance matters. Even if we're reimagining how or where it happens, even if we have to make dance and share it in new ways, we're all here tonight to say it matters. It keeps us connected, it keeps us moving forward, and we'll make sure our dancers and our dance community stays strong. So we have a number of folks here to share with you tonight a little bit about the work of the festival through the past, present, and into the future. So I'll first recognize the trustees of the Van Dyke Dance Group, Virginia Freeman DuPont, Kelly Swindell, and Laura McDuffie. Laura couldn't join us tonight, but Kelly and Virginia are here. And this group ensures the integrity of Jan Van Dyke's choreography. And Virginia is going to say a few words about the festival's beginnings and what that means for us today.
Thank you, Anne. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay, awesome. I live in downtown Greensboro and we are sitting outside. So if this gets not good. I'll move. But thank you for inviting me to say a few words. And I know Kelly was there from the very beginning of the festival. I actually was in the audience its very second year and had the good fortune to begin performing in it. I believe it's fourth year, and then for a little over 2 decades after that. So it was always a big part of my dancing year every year. And I was just reflecting on even watching that first time. And it was incredible as a young dancer, freshman dance major at UNCG, to see North Carolina professional companies come together and show what this state had to offer. And what was so meaningful to me was that I guess there was this perception that you had to go away, and there were maybe 1 or 2 major cities, or several in the world, but major 2 cities in the States that you could go. But what the festival did, and what I learned was one of Jan's driving forces as I got to study with her and dance for her and get to know her more deeply, was that North Carolina and could be a place where you could make your life, make your living, fulfill your work, your role as an artist. You didn't have to leave. You could leave, but you didn't have to leave. And if you left, you could come back. And that model doesn't only have to apply to North Carolina. It could be anywhere. So you could make your life and your dance and your living wherever you desired to plant yourself. And you could contribute to grassroots, local communities, small, medium, large, wherever you may happen to be. And I think that that's really incredible. It certainly inspired my course, and brought great joy and comfort. And I think was one of the things that Jan was after and certainly succeeded at. I think that it put North Carolina, or helped to in a major way, along with ADF, on the map in terms of dance. I remember hearing, there are these major cities and there's North Carolina. There's a lot happening in North Carolina. And so that brings a great sense of pride for sure. And I think Jan was really proud of it, as she should have been. And I think that the right leadership was put in place to move it forward. And I think that it has evolved as it has needed to keep going in a beautiful way. And as cheesy as this may sound, forgive me, I am cheesy, but I was thinking about what it means to have the festival still continuing today. And I was thinking about legacy and Jan's legacy. And it led me to a Hamilton line. I know, roll your eyes, but that a legacy is planting seeds in a garden you never get to see grow. And I think that she did get to see it grow, but it continues to grow beyond and forevermore, hopefully. I see that potential there. So kudos to you, Anne and Lauren and the board and everybody who has kept this wonderful festival alive and provide an opportunity for myself and so many others to dance and choreograph and teach in various cities and come together as a state and get to know each other and experience each other's work and appreciate one another and know what a strong community we have here in North Carolina in dance. So thank you for that.
Thank you, Virginia, for saying a little bit and letting us know sort of how you've seen that festival grow and evolve. And thank you to you and Kelly and Laura for helping to keep Jan's work going and sort of hold that brain trust as we see what the impact of her legacy is. So thank you. We wanted to share a little bit tonight. To later on during our screening, we have made a dance film that combines the work of 20 choreographers. And this work is built from these 30 to 60 second micro dances that I spoke about earlier, but it doesn't show the whole dance for each of these choreographers. It takes little bits from each work and weaves them together into a new creation. And I'm really excited to share that with you. But I also wanted to share some of the full dances that went into that that film that we created. So I have two different groups here tonight. I'm going to share the micro dance created by Ava Lavon Vincent, and then she'll talk a little bit about the making of this work, and then we'll see another video after that. So I am going to share my screen. You should be able to watch the film right here. Hopefully it will be as smooth as possible. And if not, we can share these films. They'll be available on our website after tonight's screening. So I'm gonna share my screen here. Okay. I'm going to try that one more time. Apologies. Let's see. Okay. Hopefully this will show a little bit better. So that is the full micro dance created by Ava Lavon Vincent. She is a professor of dance at Duke University and has been involved with the festival since some of the early years. So I'd like to invite Ava to speak a little bit, tell us a little bit about yourself and your work.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I would like to start by saying that although the 30th anniversary of the North Carolina Dance Festival is occurring in a virtual space, on behalf of my collaborative, I acknowledge the spaces where we reside, where we work and create, at least here in Durham, are occupied lands of the Eno, Shakori, Catawba groups, and Okamichi Band of Saponi Nations. So in addition to my own ancestral line, I hope the work that I do continues to honor their past and impact the present and future lives of all of us. I'm really concerned with, I'd say, African rooted dance forms. And so most of the dances that I do, I'm using vocabulary from those forms. And then in this piece, I've pretty much overlapped several dance forms to get at an idea. I know that, you know, there's not time to go into the whole process of it, but one of the things that occurred to me in the making of this piece, I was asked about, like, perhaps what are one of the things that I discovered during this process. And what I would say that more than a discovery, I was reminded of how processes and provocations bring us to a certain moment. And that in this instance, I'm trying to interrogate possibilities of what can be, not necessarily like where we are now, but looking at how we got to where we are and where are we going into the future.
Thank you, Ava, and thank you for being a part of this project. It's really lovely to have your work in this mix. All right. Yeah, next I'd like to show another of the micro dances. This one is by Stuart Owen Dance. That's Gavin Stewart and Vanessa Owen, and they're based in the Asheville area. So again, I will share their video, and then they'll say a little bit about the making of their work. All right, I would love to welcome Gavin and Vanessa to say a little bit about their work.
Hi.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, so as all the artists did for this project, we started with the 5 images that we selected with our partner on this, Pin Han, and then we began our process the way we normally would, where we construct phrase work and we're super nitpicky, detail oriented, like want to craft every little bit of the movement kind of thing. And we had these phrases that we made, and then they just, it got to the filming day and it just didn't really feel right for us. We were missing the energy of the audience, and we also just felt kind of like we were putting something on. So we decided to improvise, and we recorded that instead.
Yeah, we found that from those improvisations, we were able to access that a similar kind of energy with an authenticity that we would get from that live reactive audience. And so we felt there was also this sort of irony inside of that, where we were trying to like put something together and on like we always would in like a normal situation, but this situation isn't really normal. So we thus the title, we titled it Act Ordinary. And yeah, we had some more fun with that, and we really tried to access the essence and the character inside the photographs and imagery that we found in those 5 photographs that we selected, instead of trying to like put the shapes in there exactly as we wanted to before. And we just really like shifted course right in the middle of our filming.
Yeah, and then we kind of brought out our nitpickiness as we edited. That's sort of where we sculpted the piece more than in the movement creation. So we really spent a long time looking through all the footage, and we had this image came to us from it that we were like these post-apocalyptic troubadours who were out performing every night for an audience of 0, and going a little mad along the way, and which, isn't that far off from our actual life right now, which is, a little sad, but we had a lot of fun with it as well. So, yeah.
Thank you both so much for sharing about how that came about. And I've been so curious in this process this fall to get to talk to so many of these choreographers. I mentioned that I've been interviewing many of them on our podcast, and I'll continue to do that. And it's just been so fun to hear the different ways that that each choreographer or group has either really found this a departure from their normal process, or they find a way to make their process really work in this way. And it's just fascinating to hear those differences. And to me, it makes it feel like, to have all of this work made fresh right now in this moment, it really speaks to the role of dance right now in the present, and the role of the festival in making those opportunities, and in bringing choreographers together. Each of our choreographers was paired up with a choreography buddy, not to create together, but to provide some support along the way. And I've heard from many groups that that was a really meaningful way to connect in this time, where otherwise you're sort of isolated in your house and definitely your process. So thank you both. There will be all 20 of the full micro dances will be available on our website tonight, and you'll see snippets of these in the film that we created as well. So we've talked a little bit about the past of the festival and what's happening right now. And I wanted to think a little bit about sort of the future of dance. And I'd like to introduce Vania Claiborne. She is on staff with us at Dance Project and works closely with our young dancers. And she's going to talk about a project that we did this fall to connect the work that the festival was doing with our students.
Hi, everybody. So our younger students, we have 3 sets of performance companies. This is a chance for kids who are in our classes to be able to learn how to perform. We have like a small group for kids that call them mini performance company. They're like 5 to 6, and then the juniors are those that are under 12, and then we have our teens. And so we thought it'd be a really cool way, rather than waiting to prepare these dancers on how to create dance, why not start now? So they got the chance to go ahead and create their own micro dances. So we gave them the exact same prompt, and it was so interesting to see each group take those 30 images, see which ones they liked and how the young dancer's mind would create from it. Of course, we had our teachers guiding along with little tidbits on things they could use, helping them gain, build up their toolbox, whether that was thinking about the negative space, how do we think about the shape? Maybe the picture has something different that calls out to you. It's not just the shape, maybe it's the facial features. What is the energy that you get from this, and how can you apply the technique or the ways you enjoy moving to making a dance out of something that maybe you didn't think of all of yourself, what comes with source material. So it was really cool to see our juniors and our teens do that. I got to lead that with our juniors, those that are under 12, and they all made their minute-long dances in the house and showed it to us, and they were so excited. And we're gonna get the chance to show one of our teens, Phoenix Scarborough, her micro dance. This Phoenix has been so great. One of our teens who has just gotten to Weaver Academy, which is an art school in Greensboro, so excited for that, and who has just been dancing, for the last 5 years, and it's been just growing exponentially. I've been super interested in making dance, so this is a cool opportunity for her to make as professionals make, even as a student, and just learn the different ways to create, and hopefully that'll carry along through her whole dance career.
Thanks, Vinia, and thanks for your role in helping to coach these students along in these micro dances. So we're going to get to see Phoenix's micro dance. So as Vinia said, she got the same prompt that our NCDF choreographers got this year, and made her own dance film with that. So here is Phoenix. So thank you very much, Phoenix, for sharing that work with us. Phoenix is here tonight as well. So we're really glad to be able to share a little bit of what you're learning with us and get to make some connections between the professional artists that we work with and the students who will be the next generation of artists here in North Carolina. Well, we're getting close to our live film screening. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. And in just a few minutes at 7:30, you can watch the live stream of the video. So we have the video of the mural project and then the micro dances. It's about a 20-minute span, and following that we'll have a Q&A with our micro dance artists. All of that should be available on our website. I'm going to put one of the ways you can find that, or the other link that you probably found to register for this event. You can visit that too. Both of them should have the same information. So that's that's danceproject.org/NCDF Premiere or NCDF VIP. And you'll find everything on that website that you'll need, including a PDF version of a program for the videos that you'll be watching. And we really look forward to staying connected with you throughout the year as we continue to celebrate this 30th season. Many of you are already on our mailing list, but if you're not already, you can join our email list from our website as well. And to close us out, I'm going to turn it over to Lauren.
All right. Thank you, Anne, and everybody. I just want to second, this is such a special time of year for us. Anne and I I mean, we're dance nerds, like majority of us in this call. And I think that we just get so excited to connect, and it makes my heart really happy to see all of you. And I want to, if we can just give a big round of applause for Ann Morris right now, for all of the hard work that she always puts into the festival and her vision. So thank you, Anne, for everything that you have done. If everybody, I don't know if you have a glass with you of some sort, you should definitely grab it. All right, I see some really neat looking cups here. Awesome. All right. So I think now more than ever, we are just really grateful to be together, and to see the arts continue to thrive. This is where we get to really use our creativity in ways to continue to make the world a better place. We're all going to have a lot of healing to do, and I think we do those things through dance. And so I want to cheers to the dance community continuing to thrive. I'd also like to cheers to Jan, for her vision and for laying the groundwork for all of this amazing work that we get to do, and how we get to be together and grow as a community. And then also to celebrating all year our 30th anniversary, and to 30 more years. Cheers, you guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Lauren. And thanks all of you for being here. We will keep this call open for a few more minutes. If you want to chat, or you can go ahead and sign off and find our website so you can watch the video. And we hope that you'll tune in for the Q&A to hear a little bit more from our artists after the film. Thank you very much for your support.
Bye. Thank you.
You.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. Jerome, hey.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hey, Sharon.
Kelly, I just finished talking to Bess.
Oh my gosh. Wow. It's so great to see everybody.
It sure is.
Sharon, how's it going?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. We're doing good. We're doing good.
Wonderful.
Alex, good to see you too. Our fearless board chair.
Virginia, so good to see you.
Jerry, it's so good to see you. I love you so much. The baby is not, I have a feeling he's asleep because Brad is actually cooking food behind me. So hopefully he's asleep. Brad's not just like, doing without him. But,
All right, well,
yes.
see you on the other side.
Yes.
The other side. Yes.
Stay in
Dylan
touch.
is coming to class on Sunday. It's been lovely to see her.
I know. Yes. I want to try to come now that I'm starting to figure out my dance space. I'm hoping that I can get there as well. Dylan has said it's been great.
She's gorgeous. Wow.
Oh, whew, beautiful mover.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. And she's taken on a much bigger role with our school this year, and she's doing a really great job. Her and Vinny are pretty stellar. So, which is
Jan is beaming from above.
Oh,
I hope so.
I think we've often wondered what she would think of all this pandemic-ness.
We'd hate it.
Yeah, yeah.
It would go against her plans.
I mean, I think we all feel that way a little bit, right? Yeah. Well, I'm glad we're all staying creative and hopeful and, all that good stuff. That's, I mean, but we're artists. That's what we do is we continue on, right?
Onward and upward.
Onward and upward.
I'm going to go see if I can find how to get onto this next film.
All right. Bye. Bye.
And I think I'm going to do the same thing.
All right.
Good. Okay. All right.
All right, everyone. I think we're gonna close this out, and we will see you elsewhere tonight, perhaps, or you will see us. Good night.